Greetings, everyone, and welcome. August the 22nd, 2025, just after lunchtime here in Ukraine. And I have the three biggest stories for you that have unfolded over the last 5 or 6 hours. And all of those are critical stories. As you can see by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Ukraine turning off the tap. Lots of repercussions from a Ukrainian massive strike in Russia last night. We'll talk about it. Also, Frontline fundraiser update. 12 hours ago, we did an impromptu critical fundraiser for the 6th Special Purpose Rangers Regiment, and these guys are actually being deployed in 5 days, and they are in dire need of critical things for where they will be fighting. And Jania, my partner, and I will be hand delivering these items right now. After completing this update, I'm actually heading out and fulfill the contract on purchasing a lot of these positions that the soldiers are needing. If you do not know how we do this, when I'm here in Ukraine, we do fundraisers, and then we go and hand deliver these things. So this is a critical fundraiser for the 6th Special Purpose. I am going to drop the link in the description right at the top one last time. This will be the last video. Last night we raised $9,650. Our goal is $10,000. And actually 12,000 would be better, allowing us to do even multiplicity and more. So we're very close. And one more opportunity, if you would like to participate in that, you can donate via Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. The links will be right at the top of the description, and we will knock it out, and I will update you again. So what are we raising funds for? Echoflows Power, Bronix or plate carriers, thermoses, antibacterial wipes, dry showers, towers, an array of technical tools that they need. As I remind you, this is a newly formed unit that has none of these supplies, and they are in dire need, and we will be hand delivering. So if you're so moved to help in that, thank you in advance. Now, let's continue on. Makachevo over in very western Ukraine. Yes, that's the American company. The fire continues to rage at the American company Flex in Makachevo, and that's after being struck more than 36 hours ago. I remind you, this was 7,000 square meters. This place is decimated. 54 rescuers, 15 units of equipment have been involved. They're still there working, eliminating the results, the fire. Also, 2 fire trains were deployed to that. And as a result, another terrorist attack by the Russians, this time on an American company inside Ukraine. 23 people were injured. I can show you a little bit of update here. You can talk over it. This was overnight tonight. They're still working. And you can see the scope of the fire here, the scope of how much destruction we are looking at. So you can see up in the top, this is directly from the Zakarpattia region, and this is what Ukraine is facing. And to be honest with you, this is what the United States is facing, and something we shall see. As of now, nothing but crickets on this. And it's very, very sad, but we shall see. Additionally, Ukraine strikes again, guys. The Druzhba pipeline. Sorry, I couldn't remember line. The Druzhba pipeline, but this is a pumping station. They have attacked it once again in Russia. At the bottom there, UA confirmed strike on the oil pumping station in Unechna, Bryansk region. We are at war. Here's a little video on that. I can tell you that through this station, oil transported to the port of Ust-Luga for tanker shipment, and it's also supplied to Belarus and several Ukrainian countries, including Hungary and Slovakia. This is a recon drone that watches after the strike. And the purpose of this is not only to confirm the strike, but then with the recon drone, as it looks around, you can see the outline, the map, and then through location, aerial satellite imagery, the location of this strike can be completely confirmed. And as I've told you, it is there in the Bryansk region. So Ukrainian attacks, we've already heard again from the foreign minister, Peter Sujarto, out of Hungary. Ukraine attacks on oil supplies via the Druzhba pipeline to Hungary and now Slovakia have been stopped for 5 days to an attack by Ukraine. Now he's emphasizing that Brussels, of course, the head of the EU there, is obliged to take measures against attacks on infrastructure critical to the energy supply of Hungary and Slovakia as promised and not remain silent. By attacking the Druzhba pipeline, Ukraine is damaging Hungary and Slovakia. Attacks on the key oil pipeline for both countries are unacceptable, he said. So we know that Hungary stands against Ukraine in general, in the government, not the people. Slovakia, very difficult position with Fico right now against Ukraine. Once again, government, not the people. We have a lot of huge help out of both Hungary and Slovakia for Ukraine, but these nations have chosen hardline stances against Ukraine, and now this will just amplify their message even more. And I remind you what Ukraine said, we are at war. Now, Russia striking Kostyantynivka early this morning under a massive attack. Since early morning, Russia has nonstop bombarded the city with glide bombs and FPVs. According to the OVA, which is the regional administration, 21 apartment buildings, 5 administrative buildings, 3 utility structures, a shopping center, 30 pavilions, and infrastructure facility, including 3 gas pipelines were damaged, but thankfully only 1 person injured. I don't even know how it's possible. Of course, a lot of people are now gone. If you're wondering where Konstantinivka is, it's on that fortress line between Konstantinivka, Druzhba, and Kramatorsk and Slavyansk. It is over there on the map in the green circle. And just for proximity, the blue circle is the battles that are raging for Pokrovsk and Mirnograd. So these are very critical situations and places in the Donetsk Oblast. I'll give you a few pictures so you can see the results of this. When I'm telling you that they have massively struck Kostyantynivka, it's massively struck. Incredible devastation, complete buildings destroyed. You can see aftermath. I received that photo just a few minutes ago. Now, as we're closing out, a lot of humor coming out in Ukraine and also Russia, especially Ukraine, kind of trolling the Russian time traveler. It's very interesting, actually, to be honest. Viktor Sukhodrev, 1959, that is the lower picture. That was the interpreter for Richard Nixon and Brezhnev. 1959, when Nixon was vice president, makes the famous picture pointing at the chest of Brezhnev. So, of course, Trump makes his image pointing at the chest of Vladimir Putin there in Alaska. And that interpreter's name is Alexei Sadukov. Guys, this is 66 years apart. They sure do look alike, don't they? Holy moly. So he's being called the time traveler. So thank you again, Ukraine, turning off the tap. You had the update on the Frontline fundraiser, and this will be the last video with this fundraiser, and then that link to the PayPal will be done. But you are more than welcome to assist us. We really would like to get to 12,000, and I know we can do it. So thank you. This is not a massive fundraiser like Gertis and I do all the time. This is a small, quick, impromptu. A lot of people to do a little. $5, $10, $1, whatever, so we can make it happen. And we say thank you. There will be a full update and report. And then in a week or so, you will see Zhenya and myself hand delivering this stuff. You'll hear directly from the soldiers and a report and update from them. So thank you guys, and you be blessed.